This is not a test. This is not a test.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Love what you drive. I'm going to show you what we're going to be working on today. So this is my Boss Audio 609 UAB, which I made a video. I'll put it up on the screen of how I installed it. This was a at-home DIY. It looks good. Everything fits perfect. I love this stereo. It's got a USB plug-in. It's got the aux. I mean, everything you need. Bluetooth and all of that. The only thing it doesn't have is Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And even though I like this thing here, it was a cheap, very cheap budget project. I'm gonna do an upgrade from my Lincoln, which I will put the picture up here as well. And we're gonna turn this into a double-din, full-on blown screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, YouTube, Apple Maps, and everything above. Let me show you what we're gonna be working on today. So it's gonna be this ATOTO double-din full touchscreen system screen, and we're going to be throwing it into the Mercury. I'm going to set up the camera. Hopefully this will be quicker to take this out with no issues, and we're going to move forward to putting it into that one. All right guys, now to start getting into this setup here on the Lincoln, what you have to do, I put the camera on top so it's not in my way, is there's two screws right here, right where the gauge cluster is. I believe they're like size 8 or size 10. You got to take those out, and all you got to do is literally put your fingers there inside to just kind of, or in here, and you just start. It's already, see, coming out. You just pull. Like that. And it all just kind of pops out. It's got these clips in there. Be careful so you don't break it, because then that'll all be on you. And then you just kind of scoot this up. It would help to move the shifter down. And also the steering wheel. And also don't forget to take off right here on the left the light switch and the dimmer, the brake adjustment, and the traction control. Okay, and then we have the setup, select, and phone reset buttons. Also just pop them out. Okay, now we can just remove it. Whew. All right, that's out of the way. Now we'll have to take the clock out, which is a 8mm, and then the 8mm bolts here. Okay, so this is a 7mm, not 8. I'm gonna pop this clock out. Okay, next, these bolts here, they hold the bezel. There's the bezel. Now we got two more bolts up here that will let the stereo go, and it is released. Now back here, there's one plug, 2, 3, the antenna, and then all the, and that's it. So this is out. I really like this. I did get brackets. I'm gonna see if these will work, but they probably won't. But I did get brackets from Amazon to put a double din, and we'll go over there right now. And now the wire harness is right here, like that. So now my factory Lincoln, it has a factory subwoofer. The Mercury does not. So, and I'm hoping this will fit into the Mercury. If not, we might either have to resolder or yeah, that's the only option. So we'll see if this works. If not, then we will just resolder it. Let's go into now the Mercury. Let me put everything back, that way I don't lose any parts. And I do have the factory radio still. It's in the garage. I'm not gonna put it in right now, just for the sake of time. Okay, there we go. That's in. Let's take the camera and go on to the next car. Now we're in the Mercury, and it's going to be the same concept here. Right here are 2 screws or 2 bolts, and they are 7 millimeters. I already tilted the steering wheel down. And not like the Lincoln, you can't just pop this out, because on this bottom piece here, there are some screws that are holding this fascia here. So what you gotta do is, turn the camera. You go on this side, you open the door, and you just grab it here, and you pull it out. See that? That was pretty easy. And now we're gonna come here, pull this out gently. You got a couple of plugs back here. Got one here, then the one here for the rear defrost. Okay, now this is out. All right, now that we have this out, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Same on this side, just pop it out. And then 5, 6. Again, unplug the pedal adjuster and traction control. All right, now we can start pulling it out. There we go. Okay, interesting. The whole thing is in here. Maybe we didn't have to take this out. Okay, here we go. That's it. So this is the unit that I had. Very small, very compact, and that's it. First, I guess the moment of truth would be if this wire harness will fit there. Okay, it looks like it does. So we might not have to resolder anything, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna plug in this and see if it all checks out. Okay, that's in. Let's just see if the power works. There we got it, look at that. It lit up. Now let's see if the speakers and everything is also wired in already. You can probably tell I'm not an electrical sound guy. Oh, something's working. Yep, there's volume. Okay. Here's radio. We got static. Sounds like we got sound. And it runs off my Wi-Fi here. So let me see if it's connected. Check that out. YouTube went through all the way. Let's go to Love What You Drive. There's my channel. Videos. Let's see. Yep. Check
This
that
is
out.
not a test.
Everything's working. This is a video I made of my brother's truck.
This is not a test.
Looks like we got everything working. It does not have a subwoofer in here and a stock speakers. So what we're gonna have to do is get speakers next time and call it a day. All right, I'm gonna unplug it, see if we can mount it in there with no issues, and go from there. All right, now, and see what this Amazon. So this is the Metra 95 5817 4 double DIN multi-kit, radio install kit, step-by-step instruction, double DIN compatible, heavy duty plastic, and factory style finish. So this is for 95 through 11, and like I said, 95-5817. I will link this if it works in the description of this video. Okay, I guess very simple instructions. Okay, so per instructions, right here, it says cut and remove obstruction and dash cavity. Okay, so on this Mercury, if you can see it, there's a little lip there. It goes all the way around. That's what it's saying to cut. And this is now literally running into that little lip all the way around. So I'm gonna actually remove this piece altogether. I'm gonna go into the garage and use a small grinder and cut that out, and I'll bring you guys along. All right, guys, now I'm in the garage. Here's what it looks like. See where those black little strips are? They're like little felt pads. Alright guys, I thought I had like a small Dremel type of thing, but I'm literally just gonna go in with this. It'll be quick. Hopefully I don't cut too much out. And yeah, just call it a day. Excuse me for the noise. All right, as you can see, we cut it all out on the inside, and on the outside, take a blade. Okay, let's go back in the car and see what we got. We're back in the car. Now the instructions here say to put these brackets, they say right, and then this one says left, and it would be something like this. So the rounded part should go towards the inside of the stereo, like that. I guess we'll just have to play around and see how it will adjust so that the stereo's not sitting too far in or too far out. Let's put this thing in for now. Okay, and now this goes in pretty well. The screws are ones that were on the ATOTO already, and I'll just find any hole to line it up with. Well, I guess, let me see. So this doesn't look bad actually. And then the extra strip that they give you would go down here, or maybe up there. Doesn't look too bad. The only thing is that the radio itself is sitting kind of far in. My only concern would be when I have to push these controls, it's a little bit further in there. But it does look like a clean fit, and let me see if this bezel will fit. So the bezel won't fit unless I take those off, put it in, and then put those put these side mark or the side things on. Okay, let's play around. So this is pretty simple kit, just 2 plastic pieces, 3. The only thing is they don't provide you with the screws. Even in the instruction says use the screws your stereo came with. So here's how it's gonna be. Just gonna pop it in here. And we'll roll around like this and see how it goes. This is an antenna. So I'm gonna see if it works okay with this thing being in the dash. I mean inside the glove compartment. And the other one is a Wi-Fi antenna. This is a Wi-Fi antenna. So it's got a sticky pad on here to stick it to probably on the dash somewhere. We'll see how that all goes. The only concern would be this antenna, but if we have the radio or the stock antenna coming in, I think this one was working just fine in my Lincoln. So everything, all the speakers, everything's hooked up here. Just to double check before we put everything back in. I'm so happy it's all the same. Probably have to plug it in first and then plug the antenna. Plug that in. Let's plug the antenna. I'll just leave it for now. Alright guys, so let's wrap this up. Here's where we at. So I'm gonna open this up, throw these in, put all this stuff in here, and then hopefully maybe even run the Wi-Fi antenna out here somewhere so it's a quicker connection. But the radio works, the Bluetooth even was working just fine. So anyways, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna pop this out. I'm gonna connect these antennas. What I'll have to do is take this out first to see where it runs so I can run it into here. A little bit easier. Alright, time to just plug everything in and be done with this. Okay, so they made a place for this filler, and you put one side in, kind of bend it, and then snap it in. That's it. Not the cleanest, I would say. We'll just keep it like that for now. Anyways, we gotta plug everything in and clean it up. So we gotta put the six screws back. Okay, now we put the trim piece here. Alright, I'm not sure where the camera turned off, but trim pieces are in. This is in. Now you can see the fitment. That's a little bit out. I could push it in, but it'll push in the whole thing. And then you got that little strip down there. So overall, it's not a bad fit. There's a little gap up here. It's not a bad fit at all, to be honest. All the trim is in. All the screws are in. So when you pop this in, This will link up to the CarPlay. Now I'll do a full review of all the features another time. This is just the installation. And